welcome back. Today I want to talk to you about preserving your fine liquors. People may not realize this, but you know the wine goes bad after a day or two. That's because the bottle's starting to empty and all that air inside is starting to affect the flavor. It's the same thing for whiskey. It doesn't happen as quickly, but you will notice a significant difference in taste from when you first open it, and if you let it sit around for a month or two or more, it's going to affect that flavor. So a great way to combat this is when you get something you really like, and this is something I really like, I want to pour this into a 250 milliliter flask. And what I like about these things is they're portable, they're flat so they stack well, and they're clear. So you could, some people do appreciate the color of a certain spirit. Take your label maker and you print out the name of it and the proof. I don't think you want to put the date on there, but because once it's in here, there's really not much air that could affect it. But that was the case with this bottle. So I put on there Old Forester Birthday Bourbon from 2017, because that's the year it was released, and it's 96 proof. You always want to put some basic information on there. Another time you might want to do this is when you get, this is a scotch, I didn't care for it, so you know what? I'm going to wait for my brother to come over and he's going to enjoy it. But I don't want to just let it sit there and I don't want to drink it. So again, I'm going to break this down into a smaller bottle and just put it aside. And when he does come over, it's going to taste as fresh as it possibly could. In this bottle, or any 750 milliliter bottle, there's about 15 drinks. Depends on how much you pour, and if you're not using something to measure it with, 50 milliliters is about 1.5 ounces, just slightly more. So if it's about 1.5 ounces, 2 ounces, you're probably going to get 15 or less drinks out of that bottle. So when you're about a third of the way down, that's when you want to get out these flasks and transfer it if you're not going to drink it for a while. I mean, if you're going to go ahead and finish this within the month, I don't see a problem with it. And who finishes a bottle in a month? Well, like I said, that's only 15 drinks. You have a friend over, and that's 3 drinks every weekend for 3 weeks, whatever. Another thing you could do is if you still have a little bit left over, you don't feel like drinking it, you break it out into these little smaller 2-ounce bottles. And what's great about these is that I have a friend and he lives in a different part of the state and he gets some things that I can't always get and vice versa. So we trade off. We trade these back and forth. And if you're going to one of these cigar lounges that's a bring your own, and you just want one drink or you want to share it, that this will be good for 1 or 2 persons. So now what do you do with all these bottles? Well, you put them in a dark place and you save them for when somebody comes over. And you could even do like they do in the restaurants here. You could even start your own little whiskey library, and somebody comes over, you really impress them, say, hey, this is all the stuff I have. What haven't you tried? What would you like to try? And that's when you take these out and you enjoy. Just a helpful tip, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.